the quotations. This is Act 5 of Macbeth, my recommended quotation bank. Again, remember you should compile your own. These are just some to run through if you don't know where to get started. Okay, so this is Act 5. Right, in Act 5, Scene 1, we have the Doctor talking to a woman, explaining about how Lady Macbeth, how ill she seems, and she seems to have gone mad. And then we see Lady Macbeth come on stage. She seems to be sleepwalking in a trance, completely lost her mental faculties. And she says, "Out, damned spot, out, I say, 1, 2, why?" And there are two things to point out on here. The repetition of "out" emphasises the madness of Lady Macbeth as she hallucinates the blood on her hands and highlights how she has succumbed to madness and has been consumed by the guilt of her awful actions. Also, we see multiple caesurae here, several in the one line, and that breaks up the pace of the way the actor can deliver the speech. So the caesurae break up her speech and reflect Lady Macbeth's fragmented mind, and this highlights her descent into madness, as it seems obvious the guilt has consumed her sanity completely. The social context you'd relate this to, again, would be on possibly the idea of killing a king, regicide, how evil that would be seen in Shakespearean times, and especially to James I. The themes this connects to are fate, violence, power, the occult, and Gothic transgression. Okay, in the next scene, Macbeth talks to this new character we haven't seen before, who's called Satan, S-E-Y-T-O-N, or Seaton, and he asks Satan to give him his armour. Now, Macbeth seems to be commanding a character who was previously unseen in the play by the audience, and he's called Satan, and Shakespeare's use of the pun on Satan or Seaton, and the potentially symbolic need for Macbeth to ask for Satan or the devil to arm him emphasises the depth of the evil into which Macbeth has submerged himself. Again, look at the social context to do with killing a king and how evil that would be seen and what a sin that would be. The themes this connects to are, again, fate, perhaps violence, power, the occult, Gothic transgression. Later in the same scene, Angus talks about Macbeth, and he says, "Now does he feel his title hang loose about him like a giant's robe upon a dwarfish thief." Right, this is interesting because the imagery here is of ill-fitting clothes, which Banquo has mentioned back in Act 1. It's one of the quotations I gave you in Act 1 about ill-fitting robes, ill-fitting garments, I think it is. And here, the imagery of these ill-fitting clothes highlights the concept of fate placing Macbeth in a cursed and illegitimate position. The social context tie into this, and this is quite advanced, is the idea of predestination, that your whole life is already mapped out, and fate. This would have been debated in Shakespearean times, as the Renaissance had stimulated questions about whether divine predestination or divine order or fate really exists. The themes this could relate to are, again, fate, power, perhaps the occult, and in a way the Gothic. Finally, in one of the most famous soliloquies Macbeth delivers in the same scene, he says, "Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day." Now, the repetition of tomorrow and the plosive alliteration on where he says petty pace, it highlights Macbeth's regret and almost his disgust at fate that he's been handed and the inescapable position he's now in. Again, this talks about the predestination, the idea of fate and whether it really exists. The themes this involves are probably fate, power, perhaps Gothic transgression. Okay, that's the end of all the quotations that I've chosen to pick out. I hope that helps. Use the quotation sheet, look for your own. Decide which are then the most important. You're not expected to learn all of these quotations. Just go through and see which hit the most themes and will be most useful for you to learn. Okay, good luck. Take care.